Indiana, represent your city, guys. NYC, California, home of the 50% tax. Let's go. Punta Cana, Tucson, Arizona, Houston, Vegas, Nashville, Mobile, Alabama. Okay, Toronto, Phoenix, Philly, Bedford, Michigan. Let's go, Big Will. Louisiana, Lost Q Dog. Okay, Omega Sci-Fi in the house. Stockbridge, North Dakota. Okay, North Dakota. First time I've seen that. New Jersey, Detroit, South Carolina, North Carolina rather, Winston-Salem. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Hey, let me go and cut this music down. Let's get going to get started with our call today. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lawrence Michael Young. You can follow me on social media, Lawrence Michael Young. I love to give people some really good content. Glad you guys tapped into Money Mondays. We do this call every Monday, and we talk money. Before I talk money, let me just say this disclaimer out here. You know, past results do not guarantee any future profits. I do not own this company. I'm just a person that's an investor, just like some of you potential investors possibly could be. There's risk in anything you do. Understand risk versus reward and keep it moving. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. Born and raised in the city of Detroit. My wife and I, Ms. Tamara Young, we've been very, very successful our entire lives. A lot of people, you know, look up to us and the way we've impacted the lives of, you know, tens of thousands of people around the world. A lot of people call me Coach. I love that nickname because, you know, I wear that badge with honor because not everybody, you know, has somebody who's going to coach them to level up. So, you know, my wife and I, we've had multiple businesses since we've been together over 26 years. We helped a lot of people. We made tons of money, traveled the world like rock stars. More important than that, the biggest thing that I would like is my accomplishment is helping people make 6 and 7 figures and actually becoming a new person in their journey in entrepreneurship, right? That's one of my biggest things I really love most about what I do. And that's why I wake up every morning and pour into other people. So, you know, I was in a platform before that taught a lot of education on finance, taught a lot of things about trading, the Forex markets, the cryptocurrency markets. We had over 10,000 people in our team over there that we helped in, you know, many different countries as well. And I just came to a realization, guys. I know a lot of people didn't have the time to get on these, you know, Zoom calls and learn the charts and learn trading, and because trading is not easy, right? And it just hit me like a ton of bricks one day. I said, listen, man, we need to find something that's automated. We need to find something where the average person who doesn't want to take the time to learn, or might even be learning challenged, who knows, but just want to be in a position where they can, you know, let their money work for them. So it just hit me like a ton of bricks. I need to make a shift. And luckily enough, I had a good friend of mine who gave me a call. And this gentleman called me, and you know, you always want to have a good relationship with people, and always be that person that when somebody calls, people listen, right? Well, one of my good friends, Dap, gave me a call and said, listen, he called me at the right time because I was looking for something in automation. He said, listen, I found something. I respected his acumen in that particular space because he had made, you know, multiple 6 figures in that passive reward space, right? So October last year, I decided to look at this particular platform. And what we deal in, ladies and gentlemen, is in the cryptocurrency space, which I love. I love everything about cryptocurrency. I've been really heavy in it for about 8 years now. And it's really decentralized. A lot of people don't understand crypto. It's totally okay. It can be a high cost to be ignorant to some things, right? So we got to start thinking new. And what I mean by that is, some of you ladies and gentlemen on the call, some of the things I'm going to talk about today, you may think is not real because you think in a non-traditional, you think in a traditional world. We have to think non-traditionally in a space that you may not be familiar with in the cryptocurrency space. So the reason why I actually took advantage of this particular platform, because it's a crypto hedge fund based out of Florida. Now, the reason why, I'm gonna give you a few key points on why this particular platform stood out to me. Number one, is based in the United States. I know we got some of our people on the call that are from other countries on the call, but I like the fact they were based right there in Florida. And they also have a registration in St. Vincent and Grenadines because they're their own registered broker as well too. If you want to trade the markets and with high liquidity, you can actually trade the markets yourself in the Forex and crypto space through their trading platform on MetaTrader 5. So again, being their own broker and being in the United States was number one. Number two, their parent company is registered through FinCEN. So the owners of our company who live right there in Florida, they're real big into payment processing, Bitcoin ATMs, Bitcoin mining, and their parent company, NovaPay, is real big into payment processing as well. So that's registered through FinCEN, which NovaTech FX falls under that umbrella. And if you don't know what FinCEN is, that means it's the Financial Intelligence Unit for the United States Treasury, okay? So that was another key thing. Number three, they've been around over 3 years now. And I like the fact that you have a company that is not a brand new startup. Now, again, there's nothing wrong with startup companies. Everything has a genesis point, right? But I like the fact they have a great track record of over 3 years of never, ever missing their clients' payments on Fridays. That went a long way with me because you get a lot of companies that are in the cryptocurrency space and they're here today, gone tomorrow. So to have a 3-year track record was very, very impressive to me. Again, another thing I liked about our platform is it's totally free. Everybody drop a number 1 in the chat if you like free stuff. Everybody can afford free, right? Drop a number 1 if you like free stuff. That's what I'm talking about. So free, everyone can afford. So I like the fact that it was free. And when you have something that's free, where 100% of people win, that's a winning combination. So what the company has twofold, you can trade yourself on the MetaTrader 5 platform. But the reason why most people are excited about our platform because we have a hands-free product called a PAM account. In a nutshell, what a PAM account is, all the members pool their money together, live traders trade it, share the profits with you every single Friday, just in a nutshell. And most of the people who love this particular platform win every single Friday, right? And I've never seen something that's grown so quick simply because everyone is winning. So those are some of the key points that stood out to me about this particular platform. And again, to be in a position in the cryptocurrency space, if you understand crypto or understand the markets, in the crypto space, just over the last 3 years since NovaTech has been around, there's been a lot of major dips in the market. As a matter of fact, we're just pulling out about a 75% dip in the market where Bitcoin went from, what, 60, 67,000, 69,000, and it dropped down to 18,000 at one point, right? That's a huge drop. Well, think about if there were 3 dips like that per year, and the company was able to withstand those dips every single year in the past 3 years and have never missed a Friday paying their customers. That went a long way with me, right? Because I like facts. I like to be in a position. If I'm going to share something, I'm going to endorse something, I like to be in a position, no, I did my research. So those are the key things that stood out about NovaTech FX. If that made any sense to you as looking at this for the first time, those key points, drop a number 2 in the chat. That makes sense. Some of the key points. So again, it's not a startup company. That's something that's brand new. Awesome track record. So what I'm going to do real quick, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm going to share some numbers with you guys and kind of share with you the power of what this platform has to offer you. So when you start with us, just want to do me a favor, go in the chat box and drop a number 3 in the chat or give me a thumbs up, somebody, if you can see my screen. Somebody give a thumbs up. Perfect. Okay. We had a big storm in Detroit and my power went out and my computer is acting really weird right now. So I'm trying to improvise, adapt, and overcome, right? So, okay. So here we go. You're going to get a free website, looks like this when you join, okay? It's going to give you a lot of data back there that's going to give you a position where you can actually win at a super high level. But again, some people look at this information and say, well, there's no way that you guys are winning like that. Well, just kind of give you an idea, in our PAM account, they average between 2 to 4% per week profits to their members every single Friday, 2 to 4% a week. Now think about that. Remember in the beginning, I talked about you can't think traditionally in this space because we've been all taught from our parents and grandparents, which is not their fault. Work, and do what? Save your money. Save your money. Rich people don't save money. Guess what rich people do when they get it? They put it to work. They want it to be an asset. So there's nothing wrong with the parents. They love this to death. They just had the wrong template on what it really took to get money as issue out of the way. So think about this. You work hard for your money. You put your money in the bank. The bank uses your money in the same markets and invest in other things like this and life insurance, things like that. They make a king's ransom on your money. And at the end of the year, they reward you with 0.5% a year. For me, that dog didn't bark. I said, listen, there's a difference in knowing something and you continually do it versus doing something that you know it's not good and you know you're not going to get any good results, but you continuously do it. That, to me, that's just terrible thinking. That's what I call stinking thinking, right? So what I want you guys to do is think 2 to 4% per week. And again, past results don't guarantee the future profits. I'm just giving you historically what has taken place. So in your back office, you have something under here called performance reports for the naysayers and things like that who may not believe. Go show you some sheer numbers, right? So here you guys have it on a graph form. It gives you not only weekly, also gives you the monthly. You can see all the ebbs and flows of the market, shows you all the weeklies, ups and downs, et cetera, et cetera. Look at this real bad dip right here. One of the worst weeks I've ever seen in crypto and in the stock market. And even I was telling my boy, I said, listen, there's no way we're going to have see profits this week. If we see profits this week, it's on, right? And we had a 0.65% week. And then we actually made some recoveries here. You can see it's a 4% weeks, et cetera, et cetera. But let's look at some of the monthly performance. February, 11.2%. March, 15.9%. April, 11.5%. May, 7.7%. June, 16%. July, 13%. August, 12.6%, which is a very, very strong month. Now you can see here just this past week, August 26th, we had 3% week. 19th, a week before that, 2.85, week before that, 3.12, week before that, 3.64, week before that, 3.36, week before that, 3.19. So this goes on and on to the break of dawn, guys. Gives you all the information that you need to help you really get an understanding and grasp of just sheer numbers. Now, in today's time, we had an awesome philosopher. You guys know him as Sean Carter, aka Jay-Z. What does he say? Men lie, women lie, and what? Numbers don't. So we're just giving you straight facts today about what could possibly happen for you. Now, why is this important? Because with our PAM account, most people look at this, they say, well, what would my account be if I invested X amount of dollars? What would it be in, say, 36 months or 3 years, 4 years? I'm just using that for example. So my main man, Philip, always on time. He put the link down here for the site. This is actually a third-party link. Guys, there's nothing to do with NovaTech FX. It's a third-party calculator site. It kind of breaks down some compound interest ideas for you. So I want you guys tonight to go to this link here, and I'm going to show you exactly what to do right now and determine what your freedom number is. Now, what is a freedom number? How much money do you need to make on a monthly basis to i.e. be free financially, to maybe take some stress off your household, to pay off student loan debts, to just have a decision and the choice whether you want to go to work or not. Decide what that number is, right? So here, what we're going to do is, say, for example, someone said, hey, I got an extra $5,000 laying around, Mr. Young. Let's try $5,000. We're going to make this 3%. We're going to make this weekly. And say, for example, you took this out 3 years, and we're going to make this weekly again. So a recap, you're going to click on compound interest. You're going to key in the dollar amount you want to use. In this case, we're using 5,000. The interest rate, we're going to make 3%. We're going to make this weekly, and you can take this out however long a term you like to do. And all you're gonna do down here, guys, is hit calculate. Now check this out. In 36 months, hypothetically, just sheer numbers, 5,000 turns over $500,000 in 36 months. Do me a favor, guys, drop a number 4 in the chat if that's pretty exciting. You know why that's exciting? Because 36 months is coming anyway. We're already right now going into September 1, and doesn't it just seem like yesterday we were buying Christmas gifts or popping bottles on New Year's, talking we're gonna lose weight and make more money? Doesn't it seem like it was just yesterday? And here we are going into September already, right? So time goes by lightning quick. As a matter of fact, the time we put on this call today is time deposit. There's no withdrawals on. So you want to be in a position where you can live your best life, not now, but right now. But let's look at these numbers, guys. So $5,000 here, just so you know, let me just put this out here. You have full access to your funds at any time. If anybody ever tells you about platforms especially in crypto, where they say, hey, do this, you're going to get these massive returns on a daily basis or weekly basis or monthly basis, but you got to lock your money up for 18 months or 24 months, run the other way. Chances are you're going to be doomed from the start. So just take my advice as an OG in this, because I understand all the red flags to look for. That's another key point about NovaTech. You have full access to these funds at any time. Anything that comes out of your bonus account, which means your trading profits, et cetera, you can withdraw this and get this within 24 to 40 hours. As a matter of fact, this weekend, I made 3 withdrawals. 2 of them came the same day. Anything that comes out of your trading account can take up to 7 to 10 business days, simply because your money's still being traded, because they trade 7 days a week. So let's look at this freedom number. In 12 months, it's 5,000 will turn into 23,000, which gets you around 2,800 a month. But say, for example, Martha says, you know what, man, Mr. Young, if I could get like 7,000, 8,000 a month, I'm good. Well, all we got to do is come down here, look in this left column and say, okay, 20 months, $5,000, you'd be roughly right there because your account balance is going to be right around $64,000, right? So $64,000 at 3% per week is going to get you where you can withdraw about $7,000, $8,000 a month. People say, well, how do you do that? Because on Fridays, what they do is they calculate what's in your trading account. So in this case, if you had 64,000 in your trading account, right, and it was a 3% a week, that means those profits goes into your e-wallet. Now in this e-wallet, you can withdraw this, or you could put it over here and make your account bigger. So guess what? If you withdraw this the next week, they're still using 64,000 as your trading account balance. If it's a 3% next week, go to your e-wallet, you withdraw. That's why I say, what's your freedom number? Now, some people say, well, hey, I can drop 65,000 right now. Okay, well, you roughly going to be making around $7,000, $8,000 a month, just on your money. So if you took this out a whole nother year, look what 36 months does. A $500,000 account, over $60,000 a month. I mean, who can't make ends see each other on 60K a month, right? So again, you guys want to determine what these numbers are. What I do is I tell people, when you invest, again, everything has risk, but the way you become risk-free is to invest in a piece off your seed money. And the next thing you know, you have a risk-free asset. That's why I'm on both of my accounts, totally risk-free assets that are paying me every single week. So let's look at on my particular account. Now, you guys make sure you use this account because I want to show you how these numbers really, really work out. So what I'm gonna do real quick is I'm gonna show you on my account here. And again, I'm showing you guys this just for demonstration purposes only. Two asterisks to me showing you this information. Number one, please don't hit me up to borrow money. Secondly, this information is just to share sheer numbers, what has happened for me. Okay, so I started my account October 11th of 2021. And on my account, it's pulling up right now. I'm gonna show you every transaction since I started. Hopefully this loads up. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna show you every transaction since I started. Again, this can't be disputed. So remember, guys, when you look at the information and people can't show you documentation, you want to ask why. That's why a lot of people out here, they fudge numbers and try to get people to get in platforms being, shady like. I'm like, listen, all that's for one, it's not necessary. But over here, NovaTech gives you all the documentation. We can actually show a person, if you started with a big account, a small account, what it would turn out to be. So I'm just waiting for this load. Okay, so here, guys, I started October 11th of last year. I put $10,000 in my account. Okay, 10K I started with. Now this is on a Monday, right? 4 days later, because we get our trading profits on Fridays, 4 days later, I was able to make $186 profits on my account. I was pretty excited, right? So I put another $8,000 on this particular account. And on this account, I've only totally invested 18K of my own hard-earned dollars. So what I'm gonna do is fast forward to every Friday up until this past Friday. So 186 on the 15th, the 22nd, 429, the 29th, 650, the 5th, 600, the 12th, 700, the 19th, 650, the 26th, 700, the 3rd, 750, the 10th, 600, the 17th, 725, the 24th, 860, 31st, 850, 7th, 664, 14th, 1000, 21st, 1060, 28th, 650, the 4th, 1080, 11th, 1167, 18th, 1301, 25th, 735, 4th, 1312, 11th, 1447, 19th, 1654, 25th, 1766, 8th, 1060, 15th, 1701, 22nd, 2298, 29th, 1973, the 8th, 2500, I'm sorry, the 7th, 2500, the 14th, 1242, the 20th, 962, the 17th, 2222, the 24th, 2029, the 2nd, 3000, the 15th, 2640, 22nd, 1926, 29th, 2000, the 5th, 2000, the 13th, 3251, and this past weekend, 3237 was my trade profits. Now, let's look at this. You guys see that number right there? This is my trading account balance right now, 125,346. So in 10 months, basically, 10 and a half months, I've taken 18K and turned it into over 125K. Now, do me a favor. If that's impressive, what number are you on? Number 4? Let's drop it number 5. Drop it number 5, that's pretty impressive. In less than a year to do that, right? Let's drop some 5s in the chat. Okay. Now, again, let's go back and look at some real numbers here, guys. If I did the same thing up here, and if I was just getting 3% per week on that particular account. Let's go down here 10 months. 10 months would be roughly right in here. So what I'm saying is some of the dollars you see in my trading account balance is because NovaTech has a sharing program, which is totally optional. But if I was just investing, I didn't want to tell anyone about our platform, I was just want to invest and let my money compound, it will roughly be right in this $70,000 mark, which is roughly $50,000 profit, which is still not a walk in the park. It's pretty easy, right? So NovaTech, what we do is they say, instead of paying people like, Steph Curry, millions of dollars to advertise
the world's leading
cryptocurrency,
right?
We say, why don't we put this into the hands of our members who are seeing profits every Friday, right? Who understand the process and are excited, and it can help a person because it's free to join, right? And what we do is we say, let's have a small affiliate program. We can actually reward those people, because any company, doesn't matter what it is, but this, that, you can look on Google and search a Samsung TV. And the chances are that link you clicked on is probably an affiliate where somebody made some money by posting that ad. Everything in life has some type of referral platform to it, which they call marketing, because products don't move off the shelves themselves. So in between there, I've got commissions that are tied in there. And that's why if you look at it, my account roughly is right around this 125. I'm about 5 or 6 months ahead of the game here. Now, let me show you that something that's even more impressive so you guys can kind of see the magnitude of this platform. Now, I just showed you everything that is coming that I made as far as profits through my trading account. Now I'm going to do real quick, guys. I'm going to show you all the withdrawals I've made on this account. Okay. Now this is just for demonstration purposes only. You saw my account start at 18. Now it's at 125K, right? Let's look at all the withdrawals I made on this account. So just this past weekend, I took out 7,600 here, 3,700 here, 7,400 here, 1,700 here, 2,822, 1,199, 5,719, 1,000, 5,024, 5,000, 5,336, 2,598, 2,739, 3,105, 7,758, 1,963, 5,094, 2,102, 3,576, 2,166, 3,150, 2010, 1,557, 444, 1,722, 1,843, 3,372, 5,000, 3,268, 2,732, 2,633, 1,710, 3,045, and 1,518. And this is my first withdrawal I made in March 5th, 445. Now, guys, just take a guess. If you're a guest on the call right now, just take a guess how much those withdrawals are. Just take a guess. I just want to see who comes the closest. This is for new people that haven't seen this before. Just take a guess what all that adds up to. Put it in the chat. I want to see who's paying attention. 50K, Jasmine, 70K. Who else we got on? Come on, guys, participate. Just, what do you think? 100K, 45K, 65K. So you guys kind of see the numbers. What if I told you that this year, I just calculate this past week, is $111,000 I've withdrawn this account. 111K. So what that would mean is this really is about 236,000, if you think about it. Now let's go back to the calculator site. If that's the case, 236,000, I'm really 20 months ahead of the game. I'm literally from 10 months, I'm about 11, 12 months ahead of the game because I'm taking those commissions. And not only am I doing that now, but I'm starting to compound at more than 3% per week, more like about 6%. So I can take 18,000 at 6%. And guess what? We can come right down here, 10 months down the line, boom, right on the what? Right on the money, right? Again, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. So what I'm saying is, guys, play around with this thing. Now, if you choose to share this platform, again, it's totally optional. But my thing is this: do you want to wait 2, 3, 4 years to get to that freedom number? In other words, you want to take the scenic route, or do you want to take the freeway? You want to get there cat quick, collapse time. This is the way you can do it. Again, totally up to you. Work your own plan. I'm just telling you what worked for me. So this gives you everything you need to know as far as what it takes to be successful. And then you get started with those guys for as little as 99 bucks. Again, what I mean by the 99 bucks, that's actually goes to your trading accounts. This is actually your money that's being traded. So $99 all the way up to infinity, whatever it is you choose to. And this is how you would actually get started. Say, for example, you want to get started for the gold package. All you do is click enroll. We only accept Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and USDT, Tether, right? Only the 4 cryptocurrencies we take. You can choose which one of those you want to get withdrawals in as well. But all we do is come up here, the number you want to put there, and want to make sure it coincides with that number here. We will click on coin payments. You got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, or Tether. You click terms and agreements. Okay. The next thing is going to be the QR code for you to send your crypto from, i.e. Coinbase, Exodus wallet, your ledger, wherever it is you have crypto laying around. You're going to copy this wallet address and or scan this QR code. And this is the exact amount of BTC you want to send. So if you're sending 5,000, you don't want to send, well, I'm going to send 5,300 because I know it's fees with crypto. No, send this exact amount. This here covers all fees and everything. So that's simply how it is that you enroll with our particular platform. So guys, I mean, again, do me a favor. What number we were on? 5. Do me a favor, drop a 6 if you're pretty impressed with everything that's happening with NovaTech FX. Drop some 6s in the chat. That's what I'm talking about. As a matter of fact, I want you guys to hear from a few people who are, what I like to say, you know, getting the butter from the duck, so to speak, right? Let's come up here and I'm gonna get my good friend here out of she's actually a psychologist doing some incredible things, to see her winning like she's never won before. She's having tons of fun. Her social media game is just on blaze right now too. But Lakaya, you might come on here just kind of sharing your experience with NovaTech FX, my friend.
Yeah, sure. So thank you so much, Coach. Thank you. I thank you and Tamara, that's his amazing wife, for introducing me to, you know, NovaTech, because like being in a space where I was learning about cryptocurrency, but not really seeing a way for me to benefit from it and actually to make consistent money from it, and actually see a way for me to, you know, create wealth for my family and stuff like that, you know, that got to me a little bit, you know, being a part of all the noise, as I call it, when it comes to the crypto space. There's a lot of noise out there, y'all, a lot of noise. You cannot believe the hype when it comes to a lot of these people who talk about crypto. But yeah, like I'm super grateful. You know, I work from home now. I've actually been able to, you know, use some of the crypto profits that I've gotten from NovaTech to do different things, pay for bills. I put it into other investments. Like it's just been amazing. I'm just super grateful for it. And that's why I really love that I get to actually share this with other people. I didn't have to, but I chose to.
But you know, what's funny, in the beginning, you're like, look, I don't want to tell anybody about this. I just want to invest. And here you are now, it's out there in your element. And again, it goes to the point of not everybody, if you look at traditional like networking, not everybody can build teams. But guess what? Everybody can do it. Everybody can invest. So when you're finally winning, sharing is just a byproduct because you're excited. People share things that's making them excited, you know? So again, you just become a, you know, you wear a badge of NovaTech around because you're winning. And it's because most people don't win and they don't have a testimony to share with people. That's why most people aren't successful. So I really,
yeah, and I think a lot of people don't even know what it feels like to win. You know, it's one thing with saying that, but like when you actually get to feel it and experience it and not just have it for yourself, it's a totally different thing.
Excellent. Well, hey, me and Time are super proud of you. Just love everything that's happening with you and with NovaTech, and you just in your element, rocking and rolling. We appreciate you. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Next person I want to bring on is a gentleman actually who I've known this guy for man about 7-8 years, and he's been winning at a super high level with his platform. Just moved from Seattle down to Texas. Team just blowing it up right now. He's one of the top real estate agents, you know, in Texas right now, just really rocking and rolling. I want to bring on my good friend, Mr. Conrado Casalo. Conrado, are you there, my friend?
Yes, sir. Could you hear me, Lawrence?
Yeah, I can hear you and see you, man. Do me a favor. You might just
nice.
give us a quick testimony what's happening for you, my friend.
Well, you know, I started with this platform back in March, and I didn't really know what to expect, so I put $99 in, right? And now my $99 is about 21K, but you know, I went out there and I started referring other investors. I knew a lot of investors that wanted to get into crypto or that were losing and trading Forex, and that they were just giving up. And I said, you know what, you got to take a look at this, because I've lost thousands of dollars in crypto, lost thousands of dollars in Forex. And I'm like, maybe this is a way where I could make it back and more. And so I ended up putting another 10K into it. And now my accounts are, I'm doing about like 7K a month right now in ROIs and bonuses.
Wow.
But yeah, you know, and the thing is, like, right now we're in the furniture store. So we're using NovaTech money to go buy, you know, furniture, right?
I love it.
You know what I mean? And so I look at it as like, this is savings money, play money, like it's every type of money, emergency fund money, you know, and it's even fun money, right?
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, and you know, and so when I look at that compound calculator that you were showing people, I'm like, when I first got started, I'm like, okay, 10K will get me to 36 months to $1 million. But where my compound is going at right now, that 36 months actually is turned into like 24 months.
Wow.
So compound is really powerful.
That's awesome, man. Hey, listen, I definitely appreciate you, man. And listen, man, I would pay $1 million to get some of that hair. Drop number 5 in the chat for his hair. His hair is on blaze right now, isn't it? I love it. Hey, man, appreciate you guys. Thanks so much, my friend.
Thank you.
Last person I want to bring on actually is a gentleman who actually shared this with me. Remember I told you in the beginning, you always want to have people around you that are winners and the people that you can trust their acumen and their judgment. This gentleman is actually in my team in another platform, but we always keep relationships open with people. And he's one of the most stand-up guys, super, super professional. And when I say he's broken every record in this company as far as investor funds, I think he's right now over 55 million in investor funds with our particular platform, and literally just running past everybody like they're walking backwards. I want to bring on my good friend and business partner, Mr. Dunbar. Are you there, my friend?
I sure am. Can you hear me, Coach?
Hey, loud and clear. What is going on, man?
What's up, champ?
Hey, listen, man. Hey, I told you when you called me, when I do things, I don't try it. When I do it, I push the chips in the middle of the table. Here we are. We got 121 people on the call. Super excited. And I wanted to bring you on as a special guest tonight. Just kind of tell people, what has NovaTech done for you? Because you got tons of experience in the passive space, and a lot of, some of the companies I didn't mention companies, but I talked about the crypto space and how a lot of companies don't survive based on a lot of bad decisions, how they prey on people and things like that. So you understand, because you pretty much called out a lot of those companies too. But why NovaTech for the average person look at this, and what has NovaTech done for you?
That's a great question. And let me first start by saying, man, shout out to you. And, you always say this, you don't burn bridges. You may not agree with everything that a former business partner may do, or you may not, collaborate for a particular platform that you were a part of, but you always keep that bridge connected. Why? Because you never know when you may need that person. And here it is. It comes all the way back around. Even though we've never had any issues in our former business, it just happens to be, I decided to go a different route. And here I am now, here you are now, just truly changing my family's life and my life. And of course, it's not just you, it's everybody within my organization, but you happen to be one of those leaders, and obviously I'm a leader as well. And we all know when you get leaders to follow you, you've actually made it. And I've gone through my process. All right. I've gone through years of trying to get leaders to follow me, but for whatever reason, it just wasn't my time. It wasn't mean it wasn't right. It just wasn't my time. And this particular platform, to answer your question, has changed. Oh, baby, stop for 1 second. My daughter's let me piggyback on Camarato. Stop for 1 second. It's too much noise. So I got my 10-year-old with me right now. So we have our home. So we got an office right outside of our home, because it's time for me to start launching and doing more educational, motivational things on a podcast. So I wanted to create my own studio outside of my home. And I'm telling you, NovaTech is the reason why I'm able to do it. Why? Technically, over the last 9 weeks, I am technically a multimillionaire based off of what I'm able to withdraw on a weekly basis. All right, guys, between 80% of this being NovaTech and all of the passive things that I've been able to put together, mind you, I've never been in this space before. NovaTech has allowed my income, all right, to be consistent. to the point where I never see less than between $22,000 and $25,000 that I'm able to withdraw on a weekly basis, ladies and gentlemen. I just started NovaTech on September 11th of 2021. So you ask, what has NovaTech been able to do for me? It's not about me. It's what NovaTech has been able to do for the almost 14,000 people that have come into my organization after me sharing it with about 115 people. I want you guys to hear that for a second. I didn't have to share this. I had no intention on sharing this. But when I truly understood passive returns, consistent passive returns, I said, there's no way that if I go hard in my first 60 or 90 days and I'm able to open my phone, I don't do much talking when I recruit, because when people ask about opportunity, it's because they're looking and searching. When you're making money, the posture is, let me just show you real quickly what my account looks like. Would you like me to show you how I do this? That's all I got to do. And people will just literally gravitate. And I don't tell people, hey, jump in and put $100,000. No, just drop $500 or $1,000 and see what happens over the next couple of weeks. And from there, you'll know if this is for you or not. Ladies and gentlemen, each and every one of you that are here for the first time, I'm telling you, the people that share this with you, it's the same thing that happened for them. They saw it. They went ahead and committed by throwing a little something in, and now all of a sudden it's turning into an alternative retirement. I'm going to continue to contribute to my trading account, because even if I don't share this with anybody, I can earn in 3 to 5 years what it would take me 25 years to earn in a traditional sense. How brilliant is that, ladies and gentlemen? The owners, what else do we got to say? The owners live in the US, actually an hour away from me here in South Florida. They live in West Palm Beach. I live here in Miami. They have 2 children. They're both elderly parents, live with them on their compound, on their ranch in West Palm Beach. If you guys know anything about that zip code over there, it's one of the most expensive zip codes in America. All right. And here they are with a business that is global, with hundreds of thousands of people in 80 plus countries. This couple has everything to lose, ladies and gentlemen, everything. What does that mean for you and me? We have everything to gain. If you're not willing to ride the backs and the coattails of 2 Haitian American, husband and wife, CEO, ordained minister, what else do you need? Guys, you just got to run with this. Don't look to the left. Don't look to the right. If you're doing other passive things, perfectly fine. Allow your money to work for you. But when it comes to sharing an opportunity, every single leader, that Coach was the first, because he recognized it. You know how many leaders we talk to on a regular basis? This is the first thing they say. Oh man, that comp plan not strong enough. It's the first thing they say. The comp plan is not strong enough. And yes, I did say Haitian, Joseph Warren. Shout out to all my Haitians. Sak passe, naboule. I'm guessing you Haitian because you said, did you say Haitian? But guys, all I can say is this: 14,000 people, 28,000 people within our major team that came in back in July. If you're not in, and if you're not sharing this, I can promise you like this: every single person that have been pitched this and did not join, usually 90 days after, somebody else pitches them and then they do join. So make sure you plant those seeds. Plant it with every single person that you meet. I don't care where I'm at. This is the first time. I done sold coffee. I done sold insurance. I done sold shakes. We've sold education. We've sold just about everything. This is the first thing that I've been able to share and not sell. And people, if they don't say yes immediately, all they do is watch. I don't post anything on social media. 99% of what I post on social media is about my family. But you know what they see? They see the quality of life.
And nobody quits.
And nobody quits. I've had not one person in my organization. Throw 777s in the chat if you can truly, truly appreciate the fact that you can have thousands of people in your organization and not one person quit.
It's true.
Come on. Every leader I talk to, when they say this comp plan is not good enough, you know what I do? I open my back office and I say, let me see the millions you've made, and let me see the 95% of those people that never made a dime with you. That's the difference, ladies and gentlemen. No attrition, all right? Full retention, and people can continue about their lives as they please.
Hey, so Dap, do me a favor, man. I want you to hang tight just for 1 second, and then we're gonna do some Q&A. You can actually knock that part out there with me.
Cool.
But guys, you know, it's not a question if you see an opportunity. I think only a person who wasn't looking or paying attention to this information could say it's not strong. I mean, there's no way anyone could look at what I shared you guys tonight and say, I don't know if this is for me. Who doesn't want to make 2 to 4% per week? I mean, that's a layup. But we do this presentation, we see 2 types of people. Number one, say it's not for me. They say, you know, hey, I don't have the money to start. I don't know about crypto. I understand that. We know it's not gonna be for everyone because not everybody's a risk taker, right? Number 2, say, listen, I'm sick and tired of, you know, watching people drive my dream car, living in my dream home, take my dream vacations, have the dream time freedom to do what you want, get the dream donations to the church, or whatever it is. You're just sick and tired of living vicariously through other people. You're ready to stop being a spectator in the bleachers in the game of life, and you're ready to get up to the plate and start swinging for the fences. If that's you, drop a number 8 in the chat right now. If you say, you know what, I got everything to gain, nothing to lose. Let's go, Mr. Young. Let me see some 8s. This thing needs to be locked in like loaded up like a slot machine right now. Let's see all the 8s. That's what I'm talking about. So on behalf of that, myself, Nakaya, Corrado, all our guest speakers on the call, we want to say welcome to NovaTech FX. We'll show you what it takes to get started. Number 1, make sure you have crypto ready first before you enroll. Okay, and the person who shared this with you will tell you why. Just make sure you have crypto ready before you enroll in the NovaTech FX, right? And they'll show you the enrollment process. Now, at this point, everybody ends the presentation, but I like to do every Monday when I do this call, every Monday on this link, is what I like to do is do some Q&A. That way, some people on this call might say, you know what, I got a few questions, et cetera, et cetera. I'm gonna allow you guys to unmute yourself. You can either ask a question to Dap and myself or type it in the chat. Feel free to unmute yourself or type something in the chat, and we'll answer your questions the best we can. Any questions?
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hello, how are you?
Fantastic. I just have one question. I just want to know, is compounding weekly a new phenomenon? Well, actually, yeah, interest being paid weekly, is that a new phenomenon? Is that something that's always been existent that only privileged people knew about? Because you always hear about annual rate of return, but never have really heard of weekly return. Can you tell me more?
Yeah, so first let's let me tackle this part. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because when you hear compounding, you normally associate that with that I word. What's that I word?
Interest.
Interest, because those two go hand in hand. It's the 8th wonder of the world, right? It's how the world works when it comes to finances. NovaTech is not a bank. NovaTech will never pay you interest. That's something that's regulated. That's something where you put your money and you're guaranteed a fixed or adjusted interest rate. NovaTech pays out profits. So what we do on a weekly basis is we compound our profits. Now, what NovaTech earns us is a percentage, right, based off of their investment. So when we earn 3%, it's not 3% interest. It's very important that you guys understand that, because that can get you in some real hot water. If you start talking about, yeah, we're getting 3% interest per week, that's not going to happen. But you are getting 3% profits, and it's the same concept. Yes, as compounding interest, the only difference is you're compounding those profits. But it's not new. It's compound interest, compounding profits have always been there. The challenge is, have you received consistent enough profits in order to compound? That's really the key question. And it's a discipline. Compounding is a discipline. You can actually compound with your own bank, but it's a discipline. You have to, that's why they have savings accounts, right? The only challenge is the percentages are so low because it's annualized that you'll never be able to really truly get the effect that you want as far as substantial growth in a short period of time. And that's the difference between NovaTech and the traditional platform.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions, ladies and gentlemen? Questions, type it in the chat and or come off mute.
Company has been around for since June of, oh, you already answered that, June of 2019.
Good evening.
Hello, how are you?
Fine. My question is, how long must you invest into NovaTech before you can begin to withdraw funds?
You can start withdrawing this Friday. If you make a deposit today before 11 p.m. Eastern, it will count for today. So you'll get whatever that percentage is that they're trading and making in profit today, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and Thursday night. Friday morning, yes, I did say Friday morning, you'll get your return.
Thank you.
Yes.
How many participants in the company? That I know it's proprietary, but
There's the company is never going to give us an exact amount, but I can tell you definitely, we know this for sure. There's a couple of 100,000.
gotcha.
We know that because just our team alone has 28,000 people in just over 12 months.
Right. How do you
So-
handle your taxes? Would you tell people do your taxes on your own?
Absolutely.
We're not tax people, but just consult your own tax person. I usually tell people if you're making money, it's 1099-ish where you don't get taxed, just take about 30%, put it aside. And then if you have a business, you can write a lot of stuff off. But again, that's me talking. I'm not a tax expert. Any other questions? Feel free to unmute yourself.
What's the mutual
One more
funds
question, sir.
that NovaTech invests in?
NovaTech doesn't invest in mutual funds. NovaTech has nothing to do with traditional stocks. They invest in the Forex market, which is fiat currency like the US dollar or the peso or the Japanese yen, right? Or the Australian dollar or the Great British pound. They are trading currencies every single day, right? And if you don't understand that concept, just go and put what is Forex in YouTube. And trust me, there's thousands of videos that will explain and you'll be like, oh, we do that every day, right? So yeah, they don't invest in mutual funds. See, what makes our platform different, I'm not going to say unique because there are other platforms out there, right? We're not reinventing the wheel here, is that we don't hold static assets. We are constantly moving it. There's a reason why your money is not called money. It's called currency. Because when the US detached from the gold standard back in the 70s with Richard Nixon, some of you may know this better than me because I wasn't born yet, right? They detached $1 worth such and such gold. What happened is it created a system of constantly keeping the money moving. So guess what? We're always spending it and we're always creating it. Inflation is going to always be there. And if you want your money to work, you have to keep it moving. That's why people have traditional brick and mortar businesses. That's why people have franchises, because they want the business to continue to operate even when they're sleeping so that their money can keep turning, because static money is dead money.
If you want to read about money, get a book, The Creature from Jekyll Island.
Oh, yes.
To change the
Yes.
thought process in the US and how we did, how your dollar is being, manipulated, how the whole debt system came into play. Get that book. Any other questions? Who's doing the trading? No, it's not a bot. I'm sure they use some AI, algorithms and things like that, but it's live traders that trade. He just asked your question, Bobby, about what are they trading. Recession proof yourself, coach. Yes. What book was that? The Creature from Jekyll Island. Do you get taxed on your earnings? But I tell you, you won't get a 1099 from us because we're all decentralized. It's crypto based, right? They're not paying you in US dollars. But just rule of thumb, anything I make that's a 1099, that's not traditional ways of making money, I just automatically put 30% in account That way, when I do my taxes, I write things off that's necessary and I pay them out of that 30% I put aside. That's generally how you always stay ahead of the game.
I
That,
have a
that may
please.
I ask what your group volume is like?
I have a question, please.
Yes.
Is it possible to have a joint account?
A joint account?
Yes, if I want someone, if we want to put the money together to put in, is it possible to have an account in two names?
I'm sure if you wanted to put, a first, put it this way, because this is decentralized, it's better if you do it individually, and coordinate however you want as far as the partnership is concerned, completely separate from it. Because NovaTech is not going to
do
get
an
involved.
LLC, or do an
Yeah.
LLC together.
Correct. Or do an LLC, do a business together, and then that makes it easy. That's correct.
I have a question. So I have a couple accounts, a Gemini account and a Coinbase account. So if I were to transfer my funds over to this account, when I'm wanting to pull the funds back out, is it going back to my Coinbase account, or is it now going back into like a USD? Do I have to connect it to my bank checking account?
It goes right to whatever wallet you put on file. So if you want to go to Coinbase, you want your withdrawals in ETH, you save your ETH address. If you want to go in Bitcoin, you save your Bitcoin address. Doesn't matter where you send it, you got to save that wallet address on file where you want your withdrawals to go.
Okay, and then how so you can always deposit money anytime during the week?
You can top up your account anytime you want. Always have more money.
Thank
you. What do you see NovaTech in the next 5 years? My man Moses Lyons asked you that.
Where do I see NovaTech? I pray and I hope that NovaTech will be able to adjust with what's going to happen eventually within this entire financial ecosystem. That's all. NovaTech is built to last, right? They are licensed outside of the United States to do the Forex. There are no licenses needed at this moment internationally or domestically to do cryptocurrency. And as long as Bitcoin and Ethereum and all the cryptocurrencies are decentralized, which I think they will stay because the countries cannot create them, right? They don't own them. They can create their own, but they don't create and own the ones that we exchange and use. The only thing that I see truly happening is it becoming more regulated, so that questions of taxes that constantly come up, we would probably be able to have more definitive answers versus, hey, it's totally up to you, right? We're not financial advisors. Listen, there are people in this country that will never pay a dime of tax, and they do it legally.
Yeah.
There are people that will pay the highest tax rate because they choose not to learn anything about it, and they just pay because they say pay. And there's a whole bunch of people all in between. You just got to figure out which one you want to be, and that's the lane that you roll with. And that's why we say it's totally up to you.
Someone asked, what is your group volume?
My group volume, I haven't looked at it recently. Let me tell, I was trying to pull it up to share on my screen, on the screen, but this is a new computer. I told you I'm in the office. So let me tell you what it is. Because we've had a new cycle Friday when we all received our profits, and then Saturday, we all received our commissions. If you are a builder, everything has changed. So let me kind of tell you what I have no idea. When I tell you it, people are joining by the thousands just on my team. That's how fast it's moving. So, and I don't talk to any of these people. It's just the fact that somebody told somebody who told somebody, because everybody's making money. So it's a very amazing process, but I'll tell you in 1 second. Oh, I don't want to make up any numbers. All right, here we go. So it's loading.
I just cracked 17 million.
That's sick. You're almost at 20 already. Wow.
Does age matter in NovaTech? 18 years old, Edward.
Yep, age does matter. It only doesn't matter for R. Kelly, and you know where he is right now.
Right. It's like we start introducing this. So like me, how do you start introducing this? Hey, hey, listen, E8, Kalina, I think Kalina is your name. It's tons of recorded stuff. As a matter of fact, in your back office with NovaTech, we got all kind of recordings back there. The CEO does a nice overview that's recorded. I mean, it's really simple one-stop shop over here under the training section. And then I do this call every Monday at 8 o'clock. So I'm not you, but if I were you, I would probably be loading up this call for next Friday. And then also Dab's team, he does, I think that team Diamond does like 5 or 6 calls during the week. As a matter of fact, it's one tonight at 10, right?
We do one at 10. My partner Marsha, ambassador, the first ambassador of our team in less than a year. She does the call and I do the compensation part of it on the ending part of the call. I guess the volume is just it keeps on spinning right now. Yeah, I would say my group volume, and this is the same for coach, right? So I have, let me make this very clear. This is important also for those of you that say, hey, what about that spillover thing? I don't have one person that's a spillover, not one. My team volume and my group volume is the same, meaning everybody that has come in because of me, meaning that's how it trickled down. Nobody helped me anywhere. And I say that importantly because whether you get spillover or not, most cases, the people that are actually working are not the ones that's going to get the spillover. In some cases you do, but that's a timing thing. So for example, I
never get it.
Yeah, never, right?
People already know.
But that's a compliment.
Yeah.
That's a
gift and a curse.
Absolutely. It's a definite compliment. The only time you're going to really take advantage of spillover is if timing is right. So for example, I just joined the business and people that know me that are builders as well is like, Dap, man, hey, put me in, man. Anything you do, I know it turns to gold. I want to come in right now with you. So they find their placement because they know I'm going to build anyway, and they may end up falling in a nice position where they can get some spillover. But let me make this clear. You giving someone spillover is only 1/3 of the work. You still have to do the other 2/3. That's the part where 99% of the people in my organization, so I want you to know this, 99% of the people fail at recruiting. And look where I'm at. There's so many people with millions of dollars of volume and they have not 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 people signed up. So it means nothing. So if you're not a leader and a builder, spillover doesn't mean anything. If you are, spillover is not really going to mean anything anyway, because guess what? You're going to build.
Somebody says, can they start with a custodial account? I don't even know what that is.
Custodial, meaning it says, can they elaborate a little?
It says, can I join with a custodial account? I don't even know what that is, Edward, to be honest with you.
That sounds like a banking term. Custodial meaning somebody else must own it.
Yeah. Are there monthly fees or commission charges? If you have an account under 25,000, the NovaTech charges $25 a month, which they take right out of your trade profits. Once you crack 25K in your account, no fees whatsoever.
Coach, I think they're talking about custodial fees as far as if they do something for their kids, a custodial account like that.
Oh,
18, I don't know. It just says, I don't know. I've never heard of custodial account.
Yeah, an account for
18.
children.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, they need to be 18 or older. If not, do it in the business. Do it in LLC.
I knew that, Shamik. I was just testing you. Any other questions, ladies?
So yeah, so I'm at like 56 million, and just in the last week alone, I've had $3 million come in.
That's crazy.
Just in the last week. I don't know any of those people, by the way. I didn't bring in not one of those people.
That's crazy, man.
I
That's
was going to
crazy.
mention something about the custodial thing. What my mom and my parents did was they opened one account for them and they opened a second account in one of their names for the grandkids. So eventually they will pass that along. So there's no more birthday presents. There's no more Christmas presents. It's all going into their account to build. So, and it's all grouped together. And so all the kids will get to share that.
Okay, gotcha. All right, guys. Any other questions? I know Dap got to prepare for the 10 o'clock call. All right, give whoever put you on the call tonight. They'll get you that link. We want to thank each and every one of you guys for tapping in. Also, one last announcement. Let me give you guys this. Every first Thursday of the month, my wife does a call called Rich Girls Trade. She's been doing this for the past 5-6 years, right? And she's giving her a call this particular week. You can go to this, actually the same link you're on right now, Thursday at 8 o'clock Eastern time. Tamara is an incredible leader. She really inspires women. As a matter of fact, a lot of her Rich Girls Trade sisters on the call right now, but also she does a Rich Girls Give, real big into charity and things like that. They have a person that they're going to talk about at 8:30 on that call, where actually a young lady had some real serious issues with a fall and had real bad back problems. So they're going to do some things for her in the Rich Girls Give. So make sure you guys get tapped in on that call. Again, I love, Dap and I both know we've been married to some strong women. Women run the world, we just run around it. So
Exactly.
make sure you guys get tapped in. It's going to be an awesome call with Tamara and the lovely ladies of Rich Girls Trade on the call. So with that being said, guys, next Monday, 8 o'clock Eastern time, make sure you guys get tapped in.
I'm putting in the I'm just gonna put in the chat real quickly the link for tonight. If you guys are already ready to get started and you want to share another opportunity call tonight to some people, definitely get them on the call. And I just went ahead and put it in the chat.
Okay. With that being said, guys, remember this: opportunities never miss. Is only given to the next prepared person. Let's go out and make some dreams come true. And Dap and I see you either at the top, or we see you from the top. Because the bottom,
Amen.
way too crowded. Let's win, guys.
Hey,